Okay, let's start my presentation of assignments 1. First of all, I would like to introduce the painting 1. It is the landscape. The rule is landscape. The painting category is the fine arts and including a bit abstract style. And we can observe that. First of all, you can observe that there is a beautiful landscape. The spectacular blue sky and the grassland, and the major part is the town, the ancient town, and the buildings is very historical and it's full of the European building style. We can focus on the residential building, which includes different variety of buildings. The most attractive buildings is the cathedrals in the town. It is located inside the crammed village, making it becomes the symbol of this painting. The course of the cathedrals make it becoming a religious symbol of people who regularly go to the cathedrals to activating some religious activity. And there are some natural views, including some species lawn with the primary colors. And there is a row of trees also found inside the county city. And besides, there are two fireplaces from the generator behind the mountain. And let's look to the careful observation. This building is the four house near the grassland. Seems very closer to me. And they are the road which distinguish two regions, which is the spacious countryside and the crowded historical town. The further away I can see this the cathedrals and two fireplaces behind the mountain. It seems pretty mysterious and weird in the further away. The most important part is the sunlight, as it provides enough light and provide a vibrant power to the town. And let's move to the elements. First of all, I would like to talk about the shape. The painting describes this that a lot of buildings have different types of shape, and we can focus on the geometric shape. It's pretty obvious to see in the residential buildings. In the rooftop, we can see there are many geometric shapes here. And in the far further place, the cathedrals, there's a triangle here. And down the cathedral, we can see some rectangle, square, and we can see some perfect square in the nature's trees and grassland. But you can see that the shape is not fixed to our reality. The shapes seem not too parallel and horizontal. And let's move to the color. And the painting contains multifarious color. Secondary color and tertiary color is very common in this painting. And there are many complementary color is used in the rooftop and the fireplace. The orange mixed with the yellow. And how about the lines? The thin line, the horizontal line was used in the ground and the long rooftop. And the most attractive line is the sculpture of the residential area also build a line towards to the highest place in the village, which towards to the course of the cathedrals. And besides, we can see a line formed by the blue sky. The blue sky is it's moved just very quick because of some winds, and the wind formed a very quick line towards to another place, and the wind nicely the cow moved very fast. And the artist organized it very very well prepared. The artist first started painting with the grassland in the complementary color, and then constructed a city full of buildings by using the complementary colors, such as the many apartments. And he painted the church inside, the crowd and the small town. Finally, he tried to describe it more festival, which he painted the sky seems moving very fast with the wind night. And it is very balanced to paint this painting because there are no some it's very balanced, and he also conscious the warm and cool pace. And I would like to use the wonderful word to describe this painting because the artist depicts many magnificent architecture in this painting, and it's very clear. It's very suitable to use many elements of the art, such as the colors, to paint the town and this natural environment. His style seems to be post-impressionism, as it is not similar to the impressionism so buried, and is appreciated by many readers because uh, he painted so passionate. And let's move to the painting two. This world is also a landscape, and it is a bit of abstract style. First of all, we can observe that the place is the modern city, not the historical countryside and the ancient town. We can see that there are many street facilities, some mansions, the modern city style here. And let's focus on the bright moon hanging up in the sky, which is very enormous, colorful. The most attractive thing is the boys was leaving the ground, and he played it in the sky with just the red and thin line, making like the city with is very advanced, effective. And there are some trees with a variety of colors standing in the pedestrian road, including purple, black, and white. The tree is very colorful. Besides, the ground have some secondary color orange, which make the streets more vibrant and fixable. There are some blue color appearing from the darkest night sky to the streets, making it become an interesting multifunctional world. The color is indispensable to describe because it uses many colors to describe this painting. And the moon, the complementary color was used in the moon, make it feel definitely magnificent. Although it's a bit buried, but we can see actually what's thing here in the town. Such as we can also see the further place that there's many highest building, the commercial center. And there are some anonymous color was used in the blue materials in the dark night, and he spread it to the streets. And how about the shape? He used many biomorphic shapes. It's very uh, very creative. To paint the moon, he used the biomorphic shapes. and some geometric color were found in the highest dimension, such as the square, and there are some forms here. The form. The moon was formed a cylinder from the highest place to the switch, which formed a cylinder. And there is many square was found in some pictures and white circle, and some small circle was also displayed. And how about the knives? The boys starting the red knife far from the ground is pretty fast. Just like the trendy public transport transferred to different places in the future. And the blue materials was released in the sky also formed the light as energy, which is very spectacular and fascinating. And the artist was prepared very well to depict this painting. First, she used the secondary color, black color, to paint the environment first, and secondly, he used some color to paint the city, the modern city. I will use the word imaginative to describe this painting because it combines lots of elements on it, like color. He used the variety of color to express his idea is full of fantasy, which is especially creative and abstract. But he's very creative and imaginative. You know, the painting couldn't definitely become in our world nowadays as the technology temporarily cannot reach to this advanced level. And let's compare two paintings. In painting one, uh, the artist supports the society development. The others use different elements of art to preserve the post-impressionism style. You know, the painting is very clear. And for example, use many complementary colors to paint the house, which is very suitable to our reality environment. Besides, different geometric shapes are formed by every wood, such as a triangle, rectangle, window. But in painting too, it challenges the society and it's not so clear as the painting one. It's so buried. And it's not realistic to our world nowadays as the painting included a lot of fantasy. But he's able to use different elements. The most attractive element is the color. He used so much to express his imaginative views of the future. And some biomorphic shape was used more frequent than Impressionism one, which he used the colorful tree. And in painting one, the artist expressed lots of ideas to this work, making it quite connected to the previous Western world. Because since the 19th century, the Western world was experienced a moment of charge, where the chores and the wars was very rampant. So the artwork were used to express a peaceful message to the society to stop violence and protect our home. He wanted the people to live in a quiet environment and a wholesome society. But in painting two, it is not similar to painting one. Painting two is depicting a modern society, which is not is very unimaginable. But the artist also try to express his views of the further human development and civilization. He wants to foster human uh, to challenge this technology, but it is not so easy to build up such breathtaking city development. And moreover, the artists I also want to support facilitating the empathy development, because he depict that two generators behind the mountain in order to bring convenience to the ancient residents. By depending two, the writer also depicts the city so buried and polluted. It is as keen as it's not here. I think he wants to tell people that they should protect our environment while we construct a modern society in the future development. Because nowadays, the human was suffered from the climate change. This damage our next generation. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.